I'm really happy with the stuff you guys chose, which is Mermaid, Phantom of the Opera, and Flowers. And so today I thought that we would do Mermaid for this one. So let's go! Alright, so all I did here was just rub out with alcohol the majority of the paint that was already on the mask. The main reason you want to do this is so that you have just a clean base layer to paint over. And another thing that you're going to do is use shortcut spray on top of things so that you can paint over them, and that will definitely help on making sure that your paint doesn't chip once you start painting on top of it. And like you saw before, I'm going to do the same design. There we go. And then this is me at normal speed, just so you guys can see how long it takes me to just paint one little shadow, because I don't want to make it all messed up and I don't want to like retouch things. So yeah, I do things a little slower than most sometimes, just to make sure that it's perfect. Alright, back to normal speed. And since this is a mermaid, of course, we have to put some eyeshadow and some cool liquid eyeliner for her eyes. And I was gonna do blue and just keep going with that, but I was like, nah, let's do all the little leaves that I wanted, because that's basically like her crown. And then I was going to do all these little dots to kind of act like her little scales. And then I was going to do scales on top of them in white at first, but then I changed it to black, and it's just everything started changing bit by bit. And as you can see, I had several things around me that reminded me of like mermaids. So I had beads, I had gold, I had these little like sequins, and I took inspiration from all of that to make this mask. And yes, I got tired of doing all the detail on the scales. So yeah, that's I think became bigger the farther they went down. But I kind of like that detail. And then I changed the green into gold because that's her little crown. And then I decided to use all the colors that mermaids are usually with and use them to kind of color the rest of the scales. And yes, I did double coat on every single one of them so that they would be really nice and opaque. And as always, French fries, please take your breaks. It's very important, and I always will encourage you guys to also do your own creations. I want to see your guys' mermaids as well. Now we gotta change her eyeshadow from that boring black to gold. Cause she fabulous. She looks really good once you get to see her. Look at that. So nice. And now it's time to play around with all of the little trinkets that I had around that reminded me of Mermaid. And I was like, maybe I'll put a chain. No, I think that's too much. Maybe I'll put a smaller chain. Nah, too much. How about a pearl? Still too much. So, in the end, even though I tried so many different things to see if it would work, I decided against everything, and I'm happy I did. Because the mask on its own is just really, really pretty, and it doesn't need any other embellishments or anything like that. So this was just me trying to figure out if I truly love the mask like this or not. Oh, and another thing is that I decided to change my music a little bit. I really love this YouTuber that is named Chia-p. He's also one of my best friends, and he's letting me use his music to kind of embellish my videos with it. So if you guys want to see his stuff, his link is going to be in the description box below, so please subscribe to him if you guys enjoy his music as well. And I appreciate all the music that you have, Chia-p. Thank you! Now this white string, I didn't really want to use it because it was way too much of a contrast, so I decided to make my own with this blue one I had. It matches the color of the thing, so I decided to do it, and here I'm going to show you as well how to do a 4-stranded braid. So it was number 1 first, then number 4, but let me make it a little slower for you guys. Number 1 strand is this one right here, and you're going to put it in towards the middle. Then once you have that, you're going to separate number 2, number 3, and number 4, and number 4 is the one that you're going to put straight into the middle. Once that is done, you're going to do number 1 again, just like so, and then number 4, just like so. So always remember it. Number 1, middle, number 4, middle, number 1, middle, number 4, middle. And you can do that on human hair, you can do that on braiding stuff, whichever you prefer. It's still amazing, and I would really like to see you guys try it. So number 1, middle, number 4, middle, number 1, middle, number 4, middle. Just remember that. Oh, and right here, I had to cut it so that it would be all nice. Now here are the ends. I really wanted them to look like the ends of the little really doodads that were on the string. And so I decided to one by one separate the little grooves that were in it, and then it wasn't as poofy as I thought, so then I decided to just keep on brushing it to see if they would make it poofy, and it did, but it just wasn't poofy enough. So I decided to just tie it in the back and use that as a way to keep the mask together. Holy moly! Oh my goodness, this took literally 4 hours to make. I tried and tried and tried french fries to make this presentable for a mermaid. I have never done a mermaid. I've never done this mask thing either. So I had to figure out how to make it stick, how to like get it down to its base white layer so that way I could actually put my paint on there and it's not gonna scum off. So the first hour was trying to figure that out, and then the next couple of hours was me trying to paint it. And so I started with blue, and then I started with green, and then I started with a purple and metallic colors, and I just could not get myself to finish it. I literally wanted to throw this mask across the room because I was getting flustered with it, and I kind of like got off of my chair and I walked around. And then I was like, you know what, maybe I should just start doing Phantom of the Opera instead and just leave this one till last because I don't know what I'm gonna do. And finally, it, like right when I was going to do Phantom of the Opera, I just started painting the majority of that blue that you see. And then I just started this with green, and I just kept moving forward from that. I was like, don't think of anything else, just think of where you're going to put things. And finally, after a while, I just started doing that, and finally I got this. So I hope you guys like it. If you guys did, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon, and you know what? You guys tell me in the comments below. Tell me if you guys would have done a little differently. Would you go with dark and brooding kind of siren look? Or would you go with like a chibi look? Or like, what would you guys have done if you guys were doing this mask yourselves? And definitely have fun, guys. So I do want to see if you guys paint one or find different masks. But yeah, I really want to get your guys' input because this was your guys' idea. I'm sorry, but I have to blame you. But thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone. I really needed it, and it was a nice challenge that kind of got flustered and all over the place, but I'm happy that I conquered it. So thank you so much, french fries. I do appreciate you guys. And as always, we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.